Super Bowl 54 is going to be a subliminal tribute to your Native American president, Elizabeth Ann Warren. Elected 100 years after women's suffrage in 1920, in the 100th year anniversary, the Kansas City Chiefs are going to win the Super Bowl before Chief Elizabeth Warren is going to be elected the next president of the United States. The Chiefs are going to win the Super Bowl a day before the Iowa caucuses, which Elizabeth Warren is going to end up winning. This Super Bowl has been completely decoded by the numbers. It is the Chiefs that are in the Super Bowl 50 years later. And they are playing San Francisco in this Super Bowl. And as I've mentioned before, San Francisco is 50. This is the Super Bowl between two teams in red. And then the series, the Super Bowl for the two respectful conferences is going to be tied after the Super Bowl over at Florida. Jimmy Garoppolo is not a star quarterback. The faces of the league is Aaron Rodgers and Patrick Mahomes. One of the two teams that played in Super Bowl I is going to win the Super Bowl in the 100th anniversary. I correctly predicted the Chiefs and the Packers to face off again in the Super Bowl over at State Farm Stadium. Because of the fact that it's State Farm, that equals 103 in Super Bowl 57, it's going to be the 103rd season in the National Football League. Not only that, 41 weeks later, as I've mentioned before from the commercial, is going to be Super Bowl 57, in which Aaron Rodgers is going to win. Now, Chief Elizabeth Warren in this Super Bowl over at Miami. Chief Warren equals 110 and 65. Miami, Florida, 110 and 65. Coach Andy Reid, this is his season, 110 and 65. Once again, it's Reid that equals 27. It's Miami that equals 27. Andy Reid is going to defeat Santa Clara Gematria 27. Andy Reid, his career started, he was a prodigy of Mike Holmgren. Mike Holmgren was born at San Francisco. Andy Reid was with the Packers. This is why someday he's going to face off against the Packers. Now look at what we have. Not only do we have the Chief Warren reference to the Super Bowl and to the Kansas City Chiefs, but we have the Kansas City Chiefs equaling 79, and it is Warren that has gematria of 79. The winner of the Super Bowl is going to have everything to do with the election in the same year, 2020. 33 prior states admitted to the Union. Kansas, well, we have to talk about Missouri here because Kansas City is located at Missouri. So let's locate Missouri on here. 23 prior states before Missouri was admitted to the Union. And the interesting thing about that is that Warren is the 23rd initial. There are 23 prior states admitted before Missouri was admitted to the Union. So pretty fitting tribute here. Elizabeth Warren winning the election right after the Chiefs win the Super Bowl. You can say completely rigged and completely scripted as it is by the numbers. Missouri under 23, City of Miami. You see that? It's all contained within the code. And the last thing we have to mention here is Chief Elizabeth. Chief Elizabeth equals 74. The Miami Gardens has gematria of 74. And now the last part that we have in this equation is that Elizabeth Warren's a 33-6 master number life path. The Super Bowl is on the 33rd day of the year. This is a big reason why the Kansas City Chiefs are going to win the Super Bowl. The Chiefs are going to have a 2-1 record in the Super Bowl, winning 2 Super Bowls out of 3 appearances. The 49ers, meanwhile, are only going to have a 5-2 record because of the fact that they only have a porn star at quarterback, Jimmy Garoppolo, and the fact that it is the Kansas City Chiefs that has gematria of 52. And these are one of the chief reasons why the Chiefs are going to be winning the Super Bowl day before Elizabeth Warren wins the Iowa caucuses, because she is the bankruptcy lawyer, is going to be replacing the king of bankruptcy himself, Donald Trump, in 75 days from June the 22nd, Elizabeth Warren's birthday, to the beginning of the season. No doubt about it, her Native American references are going to have something to do with the Super Bowl. There is no doubt about it right here. The Kansas City Chiefs are winning the Super Bowl. The 49ers are going to remain over at 5 Super Bowl titles. It is Elizabeth Warren that is a female. We're going to see the first female president elected in these United States of America. This is going to be a tribute to the one and only Chief Warren. Native Americans, gematria 154 and 64. Levi Stadium 154, 15 and 4. The record it is for the 49ers and the Chiefs after the Super Bowl.